I'm Jeff Philbin, and this is Dinner DeeAs. And if you're stuck for what to make for dinner, let us set you free, my friends. We're making a one-pan sustainable seafood special. Salmon with spring vegetables and a salsa verde, and we'll show you the tips and the techniques that you need to make it tonight. We're joined in the kitchen today for a return visit from our friend John Lister. He's the executive chef with Italian restaurant Ava in Tampa. My friend, so great to have you back inside the Dinner DeeAs kitchen.
I always love coming here.
Things are well?
Things are going very well.
Fantastic. And if you missed his last appearance, like all of the over 100 shows so far, you can watch it at dinnerdeas.com. He made a tarragon chicken with morel mushrooms and served with truffles, educating us all on that foodie favorite ingredients. And today, my friends, it's another recipe which is simple, sensational, and in this case, sustainable. We're making salmon with spring vegetables, but there's something special about this salmon that you're using.
So this is a Kåre Arctic salmon. Okay.
Now, what is that, Kåre? Where's that from?
It's from Norway.
Okay.
And it's Arctic, so it's up there with really cold waters, and it is farm raised, but I think farm raised has a bad rap, and rightfully so.
Why does it have the bad rap?
Because in the past there's been, and there still is, a lot of farm raised salmons that are not sustainable. They're adding dyes and they're weird diets to get a color of the salmon.
Okay, so they're cheating the system.
Right.
Okay, so they're cheating the system. So this has not been cheated.
Nothing. There's nothing added. No hormones, no chemicals, no nothing. And I like it because the cold waters, it really packs on the fat.
It packs on the fat. Like, you get to play with the absolute best of the best ingredients. Restaurants sometimes get that privilege. But folks, you're not in the restaurant, but how can they be able to get such a great quality like this?
This stuff is out there now.
Okay, so it's out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What, is it expensive then?
It's not.
Okay.
It's not.
What should we be looking for with a really good salmon fillet too?
Well, you want it to be slightly firm, okay?
Okay.
For this case, you want to look at the fat rings in here.
I mean, it's absolutely beautiful.
Right.
Like, look at that.
And it should smell well. It shouldn't. Sometimes salmon should almost have a melon smell, but if it smells really fishy, then it's not fresh.
Okay, very cool.
So, what we're going to do today, though, is we're going to sear this. We're going to sear it. We're going to score it first.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to put a couple of lines down in here.
And what does the scoring do for the actual fish?
Well, it helps keeping the skin flat, because we want to get that skin really crispy. And it also lets the heat penetrate a little bit better.
Okay, perfect. And you don't want to go into it. You just want to be able to get that skin.
Just the skin. We're going to season with a little salt and pepper.
Okay. And how important is it to have a good knife to be able to get that?
Yeah, you need a good knife.
Okay. Because if you don't, you're just going to smashing it, and you're just like kind of like using a butter knife when at the end of the day you thought you had something sharper than that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So what we're going to do today is a little bit different. So
okay,
because this has skin on it, we're actually going to put it into a cold pan.
Okay.
All right.
What's the added value of having the cold pan then?
Well, there's several. So I like to call this the skin, the bacon of the sea. So you don't put bacon into a hot pan.
No.
You put it into a cold pan. You slowly start to render the fat. What it also does is it keeps the skin flat.
Sure.
If you were to put the skin side into the pan in a hot pan, it's going to curl. So a lot of times you can prevent that by putting a weight or putting your hand, but why do all that?
And then at that point, you're going to potentially even mess with the integrity of the actual fish structure itself. So,
exactly.
So you want to have that flat, even surface to always be consistent. Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to start off in a cold pan, and also the other advantage is that we are going to completely control it. If you're doing this and you don't have skin, then yes, you want to put it into a hot pan.
Okay.
Sear it. But I like this because you're not in a rush, you're not worried. Take your time.
Take your time and really enjoy it, because this is a really beautiful piece of fish here.
What's going to happen is that fat's going to start to render out.
Okay.
So later on what we're going to do, this is why I call this a one-pan dish, because as that fat renders out, now you got all that beautiful salmon fat in there. After we flip the fish and we cook it, we're going to remove it. We're going to use that same pan with that fat to cook the vegetables.
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. So I just helped you turn this on here, and this is going for about a medium-low heat here?
Yeah, medium-low heat. And like I said, we're controlling it. If it looks like it's too high, we turn it down. If it looks like it's too cold, we turn it up. Well, we're in control of it.
We're in control of it, but we're also just going to let it be. We're not going to touch it. We're not going to play with it.
And that's the thing. This whole dish today It's all done right here, real quick.
I love
We're
it.
searing that. We're going to make the sauce next.
Oh, fantastic. To grab Chef John's recipe for this one-pan salmon with spring vegetables, find your way to DinnerDeeAs.com, where we have it ready and waiting for you to print. Find us on your phone by opening the camera and pointing it at our QR code on the screen. No special apps needed, just the camera. And when it sees that, and you might need to zoom in on it, trust me, sometimes people need to zoom in on it, a link to us and this recipe will appear. All right, so let's get started with this salsa verde here.
Okay, real simple. We're gonna make a little bright salsa verde, which is gonna be some parsley, some mint, capers, anchovies, Dijon mustard, little red wine vinegar, garlic, and lemon.
Oh, sweet.
And some olive oil. We're gonna put it all together, and we're gonna just blend it with a hand blender.
I love it.
It's that fast. So anchovies first.
Okay.
Now anchovies are one of those things that some people don't like.
Yeah.
This is one of those dishes where you don't know they're in there,
Okay.
but you know if they're not.
Ooh, okay. So this is that whole like little bit. And the same thing goes for the capers too. Some people are not a
too.
big fan of capers
Right.
when it's like, no, those are beautiful bursts of flavor.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so I'm gonna put some mint in there too.
Okay.
And the good thing about this, I really don't have to add any salt because the anchovies and the capers
Already have
salted.
that nice little bit.
And the cool thing about this is it doesn't matter. You just put everything in.
Oh, I love that. And that was just that red wine vinegar, and
Yeah,
here we
red
go with
wine,
that
now we're
mustard.
going to the
So you get a
Dijon.
nice little bit of the acidity that's coming through.
We're gonna put in 1 clove of garlic. I am just gonna give us a couple of little
Rough chops here?
Yeah.
Okay, just a little bit easier to
Yep.
work with here. Okay.
And then the next is the juice and zest of 1 lemon.
Okay.
So we're gonna, and this will help keep it bright. I love this sauce too. Everybody always thinks when you say salsa verde, you think Mexican.
Sure.
But salsa verde is in many cultures and cuisines.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna put the parsley in there. And it's great with pork.
Okay.
The rich pork, you know, something that's got a lot of fat in it. So
Absolutely,
it
kind
always
of breaks it.
Takes advantage, yeah, exactly. The acidity breaks it down. And the thing about this sauce too is that you taste it as you go. So if you think it needs more oil, you add more oil.
Sure.
If you want it kind of chunky, just hand chop everything and throw it in there. It doesn't have to be completely pureed.
I love it.
So we're just gonna actually put this in there.
Cool. Look at that.
And then you want to check it for seasoning. Now, if you want, I like to put the mint in there because I think the mint lightens everything up.
Totally.
But it's right there.
Yeah?
It's right there. So I don't think it needs anything else.
I got it going there
Yeah.
for it. Just to double check here. Just
Oh, yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
just a little.
The olive oil's got a nice peppery bite to it, so it doesn't.
Ooh.
It's perfect.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that anchovy, I'm getting a little bit of that on the back end.
It's on the back end. It's that saltiness, but it needs the anchovy.
So good. We're going to patiently let this salmon cook the right way and not fuss and flip it over and over and over again until it falls apart. But when we come back, the spring vegetables Chef John has selected for this dish are coming up ahead on Dinner Diaz. Well, welcome back to Dinner Diaz. John Lister is back with us today. He's the executive chef at Ava in Tampa, and he's created a one-pan dish just for us, showcasing salmon with spring vegetables and a salsa verde. Before the break, we scored and seasoned our salmon, adding it and a little oil to a cold pan and just let it do its thing. While our salmon slowly seared, we made our own salsa verde, combining anchovies, capers, mint, red wine vinegar, mustard, garlic, a little zest of some lemon here, the juice and that zest, parsley, olive oil, salt, pepper, blending it all together with a nice stick blender. So we got that already done. Salmon's not done yet, because we still got to do a flip.
Yep.
Is it almost ready for
It's
it?
almost ready. So what we're looking for here is you can see on the edges, see how it's starting to get white.
Yep.
It's starting to get a little opaque. It's starting to change colors up here.
Okay.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip this over. Look at the skin. It's flat. It's got some nice color, and you can hear that. It's crispy.
It's got that crispiness to it there.
Yep.
Oh, look at those colors right there.
So that's why I like the cold pan, because like I said before, see how flat it is?
It's worth the wait.
Seared evenly.
You know, because you talk about, like, you think you can get regulation only because of gas. Because you started with a coal pan, like
Yes.
those that might not have gas, and this is electric here, you have regulation like you would have if you had gas to be able to do just this.
And I like that. Like I said, you're starting cold, you're working your way up, and then you can adjust if you want to. If you're
Yeah.
starting to, say you're starting to brown too fast and you don't see any color change, turn the heat down a little bit.
Perfect.
Yeah?
I love that.
And also, it gives us time to do everything else while that's cooking. So
Perfect.
We're not cooking something, letting it sit for 45 minutes while we're doing it's all quickly done.
Multitasking over
Yes.
here. So what do we got next to do?
So next we're going to start with some julienne shallots.
Okay.
And we're going to add some garlic. And then we also have some bunch of spring vegetables. We have some yellow squash, zucchini, grape tomatoes, and some leeks.
Love it.
And then we're also going to add some English peas.
You gotta have the English peas if it's gonna be a spring bite right there.
Absolutely, I love them too. And you can use, for this, you can use fresh or frozen.
Okay.
If they're fresh, which I have today, then you do want to blanch those ahead of time.
Okay.
Fresh peas take about 3 or 4 minutes of blanching, but nothing wrong with frozen.
Nothing wrong with that as well. Okay.
We're going to add that very last. That's going to be the last thing we add is the peas because they're already cooked, right? And we don't want them to get soggy and brown. So we're going to use one small. I think for 2 people, half of one of these is good.
Okay, perfect.
So we're going to come down the middle. I like to take the seeds out.
Okay.
Okay. And do one little horizontal cut. Salmon is doing his thing over there.
It looks beautiful.
All right, and then we're just going to come back and cut these into little bite-sized pieces.
Now, you guys, you do a lot of seasonal cooking at Ava.
Yes.
You know, what's your favorite season of flavors?
Whatever season it is at the moment. Because every time it's that season, I'm like, oh, this is my favorite season. You know, I love fall because I love sage, and you know, it always makes me think of Thanksgiving, deep flavors. Summer's nice just because you got so much vegetables and so much produce out there.
Yeah.
Spring too, because you got there isn't.
How fun is that to be able to have that flexibility to change the menu too as a chef?
It is great, and sometimes it's kind of bothersome because it seems like whatever season it's not, I'm always waiting for that season to come in.
Okay.
You know, I can't wait for summer to get here, and I can't wait for fall to get here. So it's I can't say I have a favorite, but I think it's important to use what's in season.
Absolutely. I love that. I mean, and it fits the theme too about the level of sustainability too, right? I mean, the salmon here is sustainably raised, and the same thing with finding great produce that's going to be a part of that growing season.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what makes it fun. If you you get to wait, you get to wait for something that comes in season. You know, like tomatoes, real good tomatoes. They got a little bit to go.
Yeah.
And I get excited about that. You know, with spring, it's all about the asparagus, the peas.
Yeah.
The zucchinis, the flowers of the zucchinis, all those wonderful things.
It gives you something to look forward to.
Yep.
It's that anticipation, it's the excitement to know that, like, hey, my palate's going to be opened up because I'm going to have this.
And the fun thing about something like this is it's not a set in stone recipe. When summertime comes and you have different vegetables, you can do this with other vegetables. You can do this with artichokes, you know, tomatoes. You can do it with mushrooms. You can do it with anything.
I absolutely love it. To grab the recipe for Chef John Salmon with the spring vegetables, go to DinnerDeas.com. The amounts, the ingredients, and the recipes are all there waiting for you to just print. Just scan the QR code to get there.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we've turned the heat up a little bit. We're going to let this continue to cook till it gets to our desired temp.
Look at that. Look at that.
Nice little crust right there.
Oh.
Now these happen to be some pretty thick pieces. And if you have to, don't be afraid to take them out. Put them in the oven for a minute or 2.
Okay.
All right, it's not a problem.
Okay.
So a little bit. That's looking good. I'm going to actually pop these in the oven, and I'm going to start cooking the vegetables. So we're going to take these out, let them rest, pop them in the oven. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add the shallots and the garlic right to that pan. As soon as they start to, looks like they're working, because we don't want to throw everything at the same time because everything has a different cook rate.
Sure.
So we're going to add those, then we're going to add the tomatoes.
I love it.
And the leeks.
I love leeks.
I do too.
I think leeks, they're just such a great vegetable to work.
And they truly are year round.
Oh, the smell right now.
They are best in the spring because it's a spring vegetable.
Totally.
And you'll notice this dish too is that it's there's no starch.
Yeah.
There's no rice or potatoes. If you want to serve with it, go ahead. But the whole point of this was to be light and vibrant.
I love that. I love that. You know, because you get into the warmer temperatures too. It's like your body's getting out of that hibernation mode of being like, hey, I ate so big. It's like, no, let's eat a little lighter. Let's eat a little cleaner. I get it.
And the salmon's healthy for you. Okay, so now we're going to add the zucchini and squash. And this is not going to take long. So what we're trying to do, as you can tell, the shallots are already cooked down.
Yeah.
The garlic's cooked. The tomatoes are starting to blister. The leeks and the zucchini will all finish around the same time.
While the salmon's going to go into the oven and these spring vegetables do their sauteing, we'll take another quick break. When we come back, how to get it from the pan to the plate and make it look perfect. Ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz. Chef John Lister is with us today with a meal that checks all the boxes. One pan, light, and it's even environmentally friendly. It's salmon with spring vegetables and a salsa verde. Before the break, we flip the salmon, we patiently start in a cold pan, letting it brown on both sides and finishing in the oven, while we use the same pan to saute our spring vegetables of shallots, garlic, tomatoes, leeks, zucchini, and squash. But it's not done just yet.
Yeah, almost.
Almost.
So we're going to add the peas now, the English peas.
It wouldn't be spring without adding the English peas into the mix here.
And like I said before, these are fresh that I blanched, but there's nothing wrong with frozen peas.
Okay, very cool.
Okay, so that is pretty much done.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to let that sit here. We're going to start plating this up, and then we can pull the salmon out.
Lovely.
So what I like to do is a little bit of everything. Just place it right in the center. And this gives you a nice hearty dish of vegetables.
Yeah, you're celebrating them.
Yep. There we go. Perfect. Set this aside. We're going to take our salsa verde.
Okay.
And I like to put it around it. You know, we spend all that time getting that salmon crispy, so we don't want to pour sauce on top of it.
Absolutely.
All right. So we're just going to trim a little bit.
Oh, I love that.
And this sauce goes so well, too, with the vegetables. It kind of ties everything together.
Oh, absolutely.
And then we're going to take a little bit of fresh sea salt. Just kind of hit everything just a little bit.
Nice.
And then we can grab the salmon.
Now, with this salt, that looks like that was just some flake. That was a flake salt. That was a Maldon salt flake?
Yeah, so actually this is, I prefer to use a smoked sea salt.
Just to give it a little more flavor. So
Yeah,
this is not one you want to get like, you know, the table salt out for.
No, this one, but it's definitely.
This is to step up the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure we call that part out.
I always finish with that stuff too, and it's such a difference because when you use the good sea salt, it's not salty.
Yeah.
It's just, but it's like again, you know when you use it and you know when you don't.
You know when to use it and you know when you don't.
Right.
And you need to know that to make this for your dinner time, grab Chef John's recipe with everything you need to know at dinnerdiaz.com. Just scan the QR code to get there. Oh, the salmon looks fantastic.
Salmon is ready. You can hear it.
Oh, yeah.
A nice little crispiness to it.
Oh, and that's just going to sit right on top of that.
Right on top of that.
Just a little bit more of that finishing salt.
That's fairly easy. I like
It's very, very easy. This is absolutely beautiful. If you make this for your dinner, take a photo. We want to see this beautiful work of art. Share it with us. If you're on social media, we are too, so let's be friends. Facebook.com/DinnerDiaz, all one word, or Instagram @DinnerDiaz. And if you just want to email us, we'd love to hear from you. DinnerDiaz@fox.com. That's what John did. He's watching in Tampa, but born and raised in Chicago, and sent us a photo after he made the Voodoo Chef's birria tacos. He says, "My mom and dad own a Mexican restaurant I worked in all through high school. I like your approach to food and all your guests." Thanks, John. That looks really good. Chef John, what do you think?
Looks beautiful.
Yeah, that looks really good.
That really
And you
makes
even have the
me-
margarita ready to go too.
Makes me happy to see
The only thing that
people
you're
are
missing
doing
there, John, was 2 more
Yeah.
for us to join you over there. But now you got to join us to try this dish from Chef John. When we come back, Chef John and I get to taste test our salmon and spring vegetables ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz. John Lister, executive chef at Ava in Tampa, has made a return visit to the kitchen to share a dish just for us. Salmon with spring vegetables and a salsa verde, and we got it done. Start to finish in less than half an hour, my friend, celebrating beautiful season of spring here. Oh, it looks too good to eat. Should we dare to go into it, though?
We got to.
We have to go into it.
It's colorful. It's ready to. There is something about crispy salmon skin.
Oh, yeah, there is. Oh, wow.
It's bright. I love that salmon. It's got such a good fat content to it.
Oh, yeah.
The good fats, too.
Oh, yeah. But more to that, that salsa verde has that burst of energy behind it with that beautiful fat content of the salmon. Plays so well together. Oh, and then these vegetables here.
It's a very versatile sauce.
It sounds like it. You said earlier, you can use it for pork. Chicken too, I'm sure.
Marinade.
Uh-huh. Throw that onto the grill. Oh yeah, I can absolutely get down with that one there. And you know what I'm getting? Is I just got the burst of the flavor from the vegetables here. It was the oils. It was all of the salmon oil. All of that fat rendered out from us working with the skin and slowly bringing that to a temperature to get that beautiful crust. It slowly rendered it out. And that flavor is in there and it just coats the palate there. I absolutely love it. This is a showstopper right here. This is perfect for this time of the year. I mean, this is what you want. Something lighter, something cleaner, but something that still has flavor. And that's what you want. That's what you need.
Packs a punch.
This packs the punch. Thanks again to Chef John. Grab his recipe for this dish at DinnerDeas.com, where we also have a link to Abba, his restaurant, where you'll find him cooking up a selection of beautiful seasonal specialties. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching, and see you next time with more Dinner Dias.